You can't really trust someone if you don't give them the power to hurt you. Let's get into it. Hi, I'm Iseman. I'm a relationship coach, and I want you to have the tools and the skills that you need to build the relationships that you want and deserve. This channel shares all the lessons that I've learned the hard way, so you don't have to. Subscribe to get more sex, love, and modern relationship tips that you can start using today, no matter what kind of relationship you're in. Betrayal is the ultimate trust killer. But what if I told you that trust isn't a one-time deposit? It's actually a renewable resource, kind of like solar power and sarcasm. Whether you're monogamous in a newly open relationship or you've been polyamorous for ages, broken trust doesn't have to mean the end. Don't let one bad experience ruin the whole adventure. As long as you learn from it and it doesn't become a pattern, with the right tools, an unpleasant experience can become something that ends up strengthening your relationship. So what does betrayal look like? Betrayal can look a little different depending on your relationship dynamic. In monogamy, betrayal is usually used as a catch-all for things like cheating, lying, or hiding something important from your partner. In consensual non-monogamy, however, it might be about breaking an agreement about seeing new partners, not telling the truth about safer sex practices, or keeping secrets about feelings for someone else. Regardless of your relationship style, betrayal boils down to going against agreements that were made and violating trust in the process. Okay, I want to know, have you ever been on either side of a betrayal? Comment rebuilding if you've worked through it, or learning if you're still figuring it out. Trust doesn't just magically come back with time. You need real world tools to rebuild it. And today I'm giving you my top 3. What does trust look like? If betrayal breaks down trust, how do we rebuild it? In her TED Talk, trust researcher and author Rachel Botsman talks about fostering what she describes as a confident relationship to the unknown. And I love that, but I like to call it expanding your capacity to hold discomfort. Creating a less fraught relationship with the discomfort of the unknown helps you build trust in yourself and in your decisions, including your decisions about who to be and what kind of relationship with. This can be done with the following 3 tools: COT, consistency over time, the 3-part apology, and the leap of faith. Tool number 1, consistency over time. Mistakes happen. The same mistakes repeated over time, especially after being addressed, well, that becomes a pattern, and that's a behavioral issue that needs to be addressed. Make mistakes the exception, not the rule. While betrayal and relationship fracture can happen in a moment, you can't build back trust with the same speed. It's rebuilt through small, consistent words and actions over time. The one time you do want to be a little bit extra is now. After a betrayal, the person who broke the trust may need to put in extra effort to prove reliability, like a partner who lied about finances starting to share their budget weekly to rebuild trust. Think of it like a piggy bank. Every honest, reliable action is a deposit. Every lie or broken promise is a withdrawal. The goal? Keep that balance growing. Pick one small thing that you can do daily to show your partner that you're trustworthy without restricting yourself. A lot of us want to know why the betrayal happened, not just what happened. If you cheated, regardless of whether you're monogamous or non-monogamous, your partner won't just want to know the physical details, but the emotional ones too. If you hid a new partner because you were afraid your other partner would be upset, you actually caused more harm by not saying anything. Practice preemptive honesty by sharing updates before your partner finds out another way, and create boundaries together around when and how to share that information. Now, this doesn't mean dumping every single thought on our partner all at once. It's important to only share what helps rebuild trust, not just what makes us feel less guilty. Sharing something with our partner in order to make ourselves feel better without any plan for implementation just shifts our discomfort onto them without changing anything for the relationship. When first starting this practice, the hurt partner gets to call the shots, and that includes changing their mind. We don't know what we don't know. And sometimes we think we might want to know something, and it takes actually hearing it to know that we do not. If you ask your partner to tell you something you don't like hearing, you can be upset about the facts. But if you ask them for that information, then you don't get to blame them for giving it to you. Unless, of course, they acted outside of the disclosure agreements that you both created. Rebuilding trust is about all the little ways and opportunities we have to show each other we can be consistent with our word and action, and therefore worthy of trust. And that means you both need to be trustworthy and consistent. You can change your mind, but then you need to be the one to take responsibility for doing so. From now on, it's full honesty moving forward. No have half-truths, no leaving out details just to avoid conflict. Use your time to create patterns of consistent communication and action. This can show up in tons of little ways throughout your day. Look for those incremental opportunities and also be ready for the big ones. Tool number 2, one of my favorites, the 3-part apology. The 3-part apology is a repair ritual, which is a structured way to rebuild a sense of safety after a relationship fracture. This can look like scheduled weekly check-ins or all partners being involved in creating new, safer sex agreements. If the betrayal affects more than one person, such as in multi-partner dynamics, make sure that you address each person individually before making any repair decisions as a group. And I'm sorry on its own isn't actually an apology. Real apologies have 3 parts. Well, because everything is better in at least 3s. Name it, claim it, and reframe it. Name it. Acknowledge what occurred. Claim it. Own the impact it had on the parties affected. Reframe it. Commit to specific behavior to prevent it from happening again. Repair isn't just one conversation. It's an ongoing process. Without this process, it's just lip service. And that is a service that is not known for good tips. Tool number 3, the leap of faith. When betrayal happens, it isn't just another person's trust we harm, but we can damage our trust in ourselves. No matter which side of the betrayal we're on, we can start to lose faith in our own decision-making. If someone has implemented the 3-part apology, changed their behavior accordingly and consistently over time, they still can't earn your trust without that last ingredient, you choosing to allow them the power to hurt you. This is the only way trust is built, and it's even harder to do after a betrayal. That leap of faith, based on an informed assessment of their behaviors and your best judgment, is what stands between you and moving forward in a new way. You have to show up to the trust table just as vulnerably as your partner, and that's really the scary part. Rebuilding trust isn't a one-person job. All parties affected have to be actively involved in the rebuilding process, or the relationship that ends up getting built might not feel as safe for everyone involved. After betrayal, jealousy is so common, and it comes in the form of distrust, because trust is what was broken. Jealousy often happens when someone already feels a little insecure in a relationship. For example, when a polyamorous partner who broke trust in the past suddenly wants to explore a new potential connection, it can make things worse. Pro tip: repair first, explore later. Don't make big relationship changes before rebuilding trust. If you're ready to expand your capacity for discomfort and create a confident relationship with the unknown, check out the link below to my Jealousy Toolkit for help in turning the green-eyed monster into your BFF for personal growth. In it, I include over 20 of my favorite jealousy tools. Which of these tools do you think that you'd use from this video? Look, the algorithm has betrayed me before, so help me learn to trust it again by leaving some consistent likes and comments below.